Want to look outside? Where's your swing? Hi everyone, I am just back with a shop restock. I've got some journal starter kits for you. I also have company. We recently rescued a green cheek conure and you will be hearing him in the background. He talks quite a bit. So we rescued him and I then recently moved him up to my workspace so that we can keep each other company during the day. Green cheek conures are very social birds, so we want him to have company. And it's working out really well. So if you hear him in the background, he's just trying to get our attention. Okay, so the first one here is a pretty large cover. The spine is only about an inch, but the cover itself would make a book that's 6 3/4 inches wide. It's 9.5 inches tall. And I have gathered enough paper to make 3 signatures. So we've got some of these smaller ledger papers, some lined paper, drafting engine components, another book of drafting, music paper, stamp catalog, recipe book, graph paper, and some of these pages from the back of an atlas, a world atlas. So there are about 12 in each of the little packs that you could make a signature with. And then I've got some playing cards, a couple of these slides, a little round tag, a catalog card, some of these guest checks, and I made the pocket out of one of these inventory tags. And then just some reproduction postcards that have some really cool images. These are old photos and then some advertisements. The next one is a dark blue, it's part of the Wonder Books series. The inside cover has a nice illustration there. And each of these has been gutted and then I reinforced it with the book tape. It's kind of like a cloth tape. So very similar here with some of those reproduction postcards in there. And again, the pages, very similar to the last one. This is from a kid's science book. So each of these signature bundles has the same amount of pages, which is 12 pages, and in the same assorted type of from the same kinds of books. This one here is from an art book where you learn how to draw bodies, sketch them. So really nice paper. This one is Chemical Engineering Series textbook. Pretty bird, and again very similar type of pages in there. So these would make nice base pages, and then you can add your black or white gesso on there. You can do collaging. You can glue on some plain or lined paper onto these image pages so that you can do some journaling. This one here is one of my favorite covers that I've had. some of these stamp catalog pages have stamps that were already stuck to it. So I thought this was a fun page. Cool artwork. Sheet music. Another sketch from the book, art book. And then this one here is a bigger one, so there are papers for 5 signatures. So we got 5 little bundles of all the same type of paper. And the same little ephemera bundle here. I'll show you the inside cover. It's very pretty. An old photo. And this spine is, it's like 2.5. And the book itself, 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. And the other ones are all very much the same size, except for those first 2 that I showed you. They are bigger. I'll measure these for you anyway. So this one here, almost 5.5, 8.5 tall, almost 6 inches by 9. Six and a quarter by 9 1/4, and again 6 3/4 by 9 1/2. So this is the biggest one. These kits are for Reader's Digest books, and some of these have the spine that is cracking and breaking off. So I am including a piece of this Tyvek paper that I buy in sheets for this exact purpose. Most of these Reader's Digests from the 60s and 70s were made with a more cardboard, rigid type of material that cracks when they've been sitting for so many years. So these are fun to rebuild either with the original spine or with just some fabric and other types of materials that you want to use. But this is just a good sort of base that you can build upon. So this first one here, I have 3 of them that are more of a winter or Christmas theme, and I will show you those now. What I did was I matched the cover with some of the digis in there, and I resized these to fit the cover. So these are about 5 1/4 typically. 5 1/4 by 7 1/2 roughly. So that's the size of these when you trim these down. And these were printed in my laser printer, so you can coffee stain these and the colors will not bleed at all. And this first one is from the Steampunk Winterlude collection. So we've got some woodland animals and botanicals and old book covers and such. I'm in the process of making a journal for myself using these digitals as well. Then there's a sheet of tags here and a pocket with a cabinet card. And then a little squirrel with his hat. And I want to mention that anything that I've printed on cardstock will have some of this toner kind of dragging on the rollers, I guess. When my printer gets warm, for some reason the toner starts to do that on the thicker cardstock sheets. This is the thickest cardstock I can use, and I have tried to get away from that. I use the manual tray, I use the automatic tray. No matter what I try, it does that. So it's just one of those things that I can't get away from, but it doesn't affect the images at all. It's just that you'll notice it towards the bottom of the sheets when they're coming out. I get this little dragging effect here with the toner ink. For the ephemera that I'm including with the pages, I've got these larger doilies. These are 6 inches round, and they're great for all kinds of things. You can make pockets with these. You can just insert them in your signatures. I've got a couple of photo slides that you can do so many things with. And then a catalog card and a couple of these guest checks, a round tag with a metal rim on it, and then 6 little pink tags inside a tiny little glassine bag. So each of these Reader's Digest kits will have the same little ephemera set, so I'm not going to show that every time. Next we've got this cover, and again from the Steampunk Winterlude, but these pages are more nature themed, where we've got trees and birds. Got some cabinet cards with steampunk animals and people. Then I've got these fussy cuts. Here's a page I missed. And then an envelope with a photo and a raccoon. This one here, the spine has broken off completely, so you would have to rebuild it using other materials. But it's a nice dark blue pattern on there. And then I've got some festive tags. Some fussy cut characters. Some of the pages here. This is from the Winter Tide collection, and I made this one exclusively for my patrons on Patreon and in the Digi Club last year. And a envelope and a card. So those were the winter kits. Now I've got 3 that are more botanical, spring and summer type. So this is a blue pattern on this book. It'll have the Tyvek strip with it. Got some pretty butterfly hydrangea postcards. Some jumbo tags with these little embellishments. Some butterflies with these words on there. And these can be used as belly bands or torn and used as little collage layers. Then we've got the pages that I've resized. This particular collection had 9 assorted pages, so I've resized 6 of them, and then I just left these collage base pages the full page size so that you can use them however you want. They can be cut down and used as pages, but a lot of people like to use these as the back of tags or cards, or as tear sheets that you can use in collage. And then there's this petal pocket with these cards that are like oversized photo slides. Next, I have digis from the latest Miss Lady Faye addition to the collection. So Miss Lady Faye was first released in 2014, and I've been wanting to create an add-on set, and I finally did. And this is the book that I'm including in this kit. Alright, so we've got some postcards here, and then these labels. Some are blank and some have the ephemera background on them. Little butterfly cards. Pages that I've resized. Had a lot of fun designing this particular collection. It's always been one of my favorites since the first set. So this one here was just a new twist. And you've got a lot of choices for color combinations and themes in here. And the last one is the Springtime Meadow Kit. So I've got this gorgeous book with the blue and pink pattern, the burgundy spine. I've got the Tyvek strip, these little house tags. I had so much fun making these. So you've got 2 sheets of those. Then there's a bunny envelope and a card that fits inside. And then some journal pages. Some have the graph background. And some just have a sort of newsprint background there. Hi, baby. So these are all in my Etsy shop now if you're interested in checking them out. I haven't had a lot of time to work on journal projects. I work when I can, but I will show you the 2 that I did start. But this one here is more of an autumn theme. I really liked the cover on this, and it's called A King's Pawn. And when I started this, fall was coming. Now I can't even believe we're this far into October already. But because my Autumn Realm collection has the crowns in it, I wanted to do something with that cover. So this is what I've started. My spine is built. Just need to glue everything together. I have gathered some ephemera and different things that I want to either create or include as a set or as a finished journal. I always just decide that kind of stuff when the time comes, because based on how much time I have to finish it, it's either a unfinished journal or a finished one. I also have beautiful wooden cigar boxes that I would include in the set so that I could put the either finished or unfinished ephemera in the box to go with the journal. So this is one of them. The other one is this gorgeous cover. So it's a layered cover. It's got the red plain one underneath with this crocheted doily, and then a extra book cover on top. And this one has been glued, it's just not finished on the inside yet. And it has the latest edition of Miss Lady Fay in there. And it's all coffee stained. So I'm hoping to get back to this one very soon. And these are some of the things that I've collected to add into the wooden box or to finish and add into the journal. So I'm going to leave you now with some fall footage from a recent walk that I went on. And hope you have a great week, and I will see you soon. Thanks, everyone. And baby says thanks and bye.